right, it's BJ Ballsout Comedy Podcast, or somebody could call it Ballsack Comedy Podcast. It's not Ballsack.
Ballsack comedy. I'm ready for a bit of ballsack comedy. That's what I'm here for.
We have to come up with a new segment. Introducing Simon Carter. How are you, man?
How are you, Simon?
Good. Thanks for having me, boys. I'm digging that backdrop, by the way, Benny. Looking very, very old school.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a party.
Everyone's dead apart from one person.
Yes.
Really?
If you can pick, have a look. Tell me who you think it's not dead. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's hard to tell whose faces. Oh, I mean, there we go. Belushi, he's dead for sure. It's hard to tell who's who from this. Oh, there's Richard Pryor. He's dead.
That one right there. It's the only one that's
Connolly.
alive.
Is that Connolly?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's alive.
Just one.
Who knows how much longer, though? He's got some stuff going on.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Might have his
COVID
balls
doesn't
out
finish
comedy pretty soon. So, well,
If this wall ever goes, if this wall ever goes down, he'll probably die. It's probably still keeping him alive. This wall.
That is way too much pressure.
I think it's a load-bearing wall. So
It is. Absolutely.
yeah, it's a big load. Ballsack comedy, everyone.
Now, we've got a brand new segment that we want to try out, and we don't want to put too much pressure on you, but you're the first one we're doing this on, and basically you are the decider, Simon, as to which movie you'd watch. So me and Benny gave each other movies to watch last podcast.
What was your movie? What was my movie? Fucking, gee, I keep forgetting shit.
Yeah, I keep forgetting the name I gave you because it was such. Yeah, anyway, I'll give. Yeah, it was a crap movie. I gave you Adam Sandler's latest, Who Be Halloween.
Yeah, and I gave you Black.
The other
I gave
one.
you.
I'm watching the other one. I'm not
I
watching
gave you.
whatever the other one is.
And I gave you the movie from Jean-Claude Van Damme, Black Eagle.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jean-Claude.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's
the Rumble, but Adam Sandler in his later years is absolute dog shit.
Oh,
yeah. So just in case anyone needs a name to a face, that's what I gave Benny.
yeah, I'll show you.
Excuse the glare,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I've got it here, Benny.
Yuck. Yeah.
There you go.
And then this is what Benny gave me.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him. Whoa.
So I'm reviewing Black Eagle.
What's that symbol again? Is that like Russia or Ukraine or something?
I don't know.
Russia. It was a
Yeah,
Russian.
Russia. It's
Yeah.
Russia?
The
Oh, fuck.
old
What year is
USSR.
that Black Eagle one? I'm going to watch it. You don't even have to sell me. Look at that shit.
Now that GIF is very important for my my review.
Why?
Benny, would you like to go first?
Don't watch the Adam Sandler movie. I lost whatever it was, an hour and 40 minutes of my life. It was like it was a movie that he's made, and I know he uses all the same people all the time.
Yep.
But he was just dredging up fucking people that haven't been with him for the last, I reckon 20 years. He was just pulling people out left, right, and center. And it's just like, seriously, this is fucked. And it just, yeah, and he kept using that fucking voice that he used in Waterboy, it just did all my fucking head in.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And
Have you seen it, Simon?
I've seen Waterboy. That's not bad.
Yeah, no. Waterboy's great, but have you seen Who Be Halloween?
No.
No, don't.
For a reason. You're supposed to be selling me. You're supposed to be selling me, right, Benny?
Yeah, but I'm not going to sell something that I wouldn't buy myself. You know what I mean? Like, man, I thought Geordie was going to pick a half decent movie that I could actually, do a decent review on. But this is just, it's like, I'm going to start with this thing. All right, it's about Halloween. It's about some dorky guy that lives in, I don't know, where was it, Salem.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a real place, but yeah.
Anyway, he was living there. He was picked on all his life. He wanted to get together with the beauty queen or whatever she was. Like, she won all these things. She married the cop. The cop and her got divorced, but she loved him. And so it's always a love story with Adam Sandler. It's always one of those, every single fucking movie he does, he's got to be the hero at the end of the fucking movie.
True.
I don't know. Whatever was trying to kill everybody should have just fucking killed him at the start and just moved on with the fucking movie. But it just wasn't happening. you know, and he's just walking around like, you know, he's got this thermos that's got fucking coffee, soup, fucking one of those Batman fucking I don't know things that you fly up in the air with. Fucking
That was the most creative part of the whole movie.
oh god.
Did you like it, Geordie? Obviously, you recommended it to him.
No, I fucking hated it. So I don't know what this says.
Wreck his weekend.
I don't know what this says about mine and Benny's relationship, but we both gave each other shit movies.
No.
Without talking about it.
I purely picked it on the when you sent it to me first. I just went, no. This is not how you pick a movie to review. You've just done this to piss me off. Yeah. And then I've gone, all right. I started ringing my mates up and going, oh, boys, what's the worst fucking movie this cunt can review and lose about 2 hours of his life? Yep, Eagle, perfect. Bang to Geordie. There you go, mate. Review that.
I'll review it. I'll watch it.
Look, I'll put it this way. Hubie Halloween was like Adam Sandler's version of Black Panther. If you'd seen all of Adam Sandler's movies, you'd already seen this fucking movie. And by that, I mean like Black Panther. If you'd seen Star Wars, you'd seen any 007 movie. Yeah. You'd seen Lord of the Rings. And you'd seen Iron Man, you'd already seen Black Panther. Like, it was just a copy and paste of movies.
They were all the same characters. So I don't know what I was watching. You know, it was sort of like a mixture of Waterboy, a mixture of bloody, when he plays Big Daddy, you know that, what's his name? Bloody Rob Schneider, when he's playing that bloody Chinese food delivery guy. So he had a character like that in there. The Chinese guy. And then it had all this... You know, Steve Buscemi was playing the fucking killer from the first, you know, when he was putting a lipstick on and writing a list of all the people he was going to kill. That was the same character in this movie. And it was just like, even Mall Cop, the Mall Cop guy, he was the cop in this fucking movie as a fucking cop. It's like, seriously.
Kevin James.
It was tragic.
Kevin James and Roy Schneider would be dead without Adam Sandler, I think. You ever seen one of their stand-ups? They're fucking horrible.
I got to admit, the only character that I liked in the movie, and I give him credit, is fucking Ray Liotta. He's just an angry bastard, and I love Ray Liotta.
Yeah, he's just good.
All right, here we go. Here's my review of Black Eagle. My message to Benny after I watched it pretty much summed it up. That's an hour and a half I'll never get back in my life. All right, here we go. Here's my review of Black Eagle, Jean-Claude Van Damme film. I think this was an action drama about a secret agent looking for missing military treasure. I had to do some research to see who was on the cast and crew. Van Damme had 2 stagehands who swept the ground of stones before his fight scenes. I'd never seen the splits been used as a defense move in a martial arts fight. This also makes me beg the question if martial arts is only used in Hollywood and not the real world. My favorite scene was when the head of the agency said, "I'll locate your kids for you," to the Black Eagle himself. Then the next scene was a priest walking into the room. For some reason, there was a Japanese kid named Brian. That's all I got. That's all I took from that fucking movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, the priest would know right where the kids are.
Exactly. Yeah. it's like a sniffer dog for missing children.
Yeah, I'll locate your kids. I've got them.
They should have got priests involved on the Madeline McCann thing. They would have found him straight away. Found her straight away. I mean.
Yeah, they would have never lost those boys in the Thai cave or whatever it was. Those priests would have kept them real tight on a leash. You're not going anywhere.
They need Jesus. I must find them.
That's right. Yeah. Jesus, he turned that water to wine. He could have got those boys nice and drunk because they were
yeah. More body of Christ. All right. So which movie are you going to watch out of those? You don't have to watch them.
Oh, I mean, easily Van Damme. Easily. I'm sure, like, I haven't, like, a lot of Van Damme movies are real dog shit just because, like, I did some martial arts before and I watch movies that have martial arts and they're doing stuff and I'm just like, no. Like even Bruce Lee movies. Bruce Lee's a beast. Don't let me shit all over Bruce Lee. But there's movies where he's circled by like 30 guys and they all run at him one at a time. And he does a high face kick to every single, and nobody catches on. They all just get kicked in the face. All of them. It's like, wow, Bruce Lee can do really high kicks. And people are like, wow, this is amazing. But really, if you all just ran at him or one of you had a knife, you can't kick. Doesn't matter. Like, or just go like this because you're always kicking in the face, and your groin is exposed when you kick in the face. It's like you're screwed, Bruce Lee. I don't care how good you are.
Okay, you need to watch this movie.
It'd be terrible. Like, he's doing the splits to avoid stuff. People do the splits, you just kick them in the face when they drop down. Great. Yeah.
Maybe the Black Eagle has too much integrity for that or something. I don't know. But it was fucking horrible.
I mean, that's why you needed to sweep those.
Actually, it's not a shit movie. Let me just say something. It's not a shit movie.
No,
wait. They made a sequel. That's why it's not a shit movie. They had to make it a second time as well.
What do they call it? Iron Eagle 2?
Bingo.
It's an Iron Eagle.
They're probably turning around. John Claude, what are we calling it? Just put the 2 next to the...
Hang on. I need to look this up. No. What's it called?
Iron Eagle 2.
Black Eagle 2.
Black Eagle 2, yeah.
Black Eagle?
Yeah, sorry.
No, I can't give away the story without that. All right, then, I'll look it up.
But Dolph Lundgren came into that one. So,
okay, all right.
So Dolph's in that one.
I like it.
Joy's
like, all right, I'll watch it.
The Dolph.
Hey, fuck this movie.
I think I might have my action actors mixed up, but is Dolph Lundgren the guy in Lethal Weapon? And he fights Mel Gibson and someone throws him a nightstick? And this is going to sound really...
He was the big Russian guy who fought Rocky.
That's it.
Oh.
And he's in Universal Soldier as the bad guy.
Even Drago, I must kill you.
No, I'm thinking of someone else.
With all the
no, Patrick Busey. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Never mind. There's a real scene in Lethal Weapon where someone runs over a fire hydrant and it's like raining down on just them and they're fighting shirtless. It's quite something.
Shirtless,
right. That's the first one, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. I can't remember.
Yeah, Gary Busey was a psycho in that.
Yeah.
It was intense, and it just sort of carried over into his old age. Now he's just a real fucking psycho everywhere.
Good shit in Point Break, though.
Yeah. All right, we'll have more movie reviews as the episodes go on. But thank you very much for being part of that, Simon. You're our guinea pig for.
And if you've got any suggestions, by all means, just hit
Ballsout movie reviews.
Yeah, just hit us up. You can just basically hit us up, or even Simon, if you've got something that you want us to watch, whatever. Pick one for Geordie, pick one for me today, and we'll sit down and watch it. So hopefully we don't.
Yeah, I got one for each of you.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, we're going to do Benny. You're going to get Meet Joe Black. Have you seen that?
Oh, I'm going to write this down.
Actually.
Great, because I saw that like a week ago because I was like, you know what? I get why Brad Pitt's getting all this like positive stuff. It's not just because he's hot, like he's a good actor. So I was watching this movie and it really intrigued me. I wanted to see what happened in the end because I was like, there's no way they can tie this up with all the loose ends. I'll let you decide. And I want to know what you reckon because I have a very strong opinion on the ending.
Okay.
All right, have you got one for me?
Yeah, I sure do. It is what I believe to be the greatest movie ever that everyone else in the world who isn't me and Mimi thinks is the worst movie ever.
Oh, no.
But I guarantee you it is the greatest movie ever. It is Grease 2.
Oh.
Oh, not bad. Michelle Pfeiffer. It's a good movie.
Yeah, man. Like gold, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh.
What's that guy? Who was that guy in it? He always did B-grade movies. The main actor,
Maxwell Caulfield.
That's the one. Jeez.
Is this going to ruin my friendship with Mimi?
I think it will tighten your bond with me when you realize how fucking gold it is. Like, there's a character called Johnny, and he's just the coolest cunt in the world. Like, he makes the whole movie for me. And Max Caulfield, like he was going to be like the next Brad Pitt, like the next biggest actor ever because he's so handsome or whatever. And they said that this movie like ruined the rest of his career.
Okay, done.
And since then, his jobs have been things like the voice of James Bond in the GameCube game James Bond Nightfire, like just the smallest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's really small if it's GameCube. No one gives a fuck.
Oh man, let me tell you, I loved that game. and then he married a woman who was like 30 years older than him. So it really went down for the old Max Caulfield. You got to see where it started. You got to see where it started.
All right. I got to see Grease too. All right, done.
You know, he was hitting all the clubs, and then he just went over 28s. Just came
Life going crashing down. All right, I'm excited.
It's real grim.
Can I mute the singing scenes?
No, you got to watch the whole fucking thing end to end, man.
You got to
get You've got to get into it.
You just got to keep your eyes on Johnny the whole time. His hips be popping.
He's gonna hate this.
Yeah, man. You're gonna fucking hate it. And just picture me smiling. Like, I know every word to the movie. I'll be singing along.
Oh no. All right.
There's two things you like in there: a bit of rock and roll, a bit of music. It's
no, not that rock and roll. No.
Oh, they're fucking motorbike hoods and shit. Yeah.
The black clothes and shit. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, you can be like, that motorbike would never run in real life.
That's how I was when I watched Transformers. I watched that with a buddy of mine, and I kept going like,
no, yeah.
Next, and he goes, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Dude, when do these things get serviced? They're fucking machines. This is ridiculous."
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if you ever, like, I used to do a joke about, have you guys seen the movie Whiplash? I should have got one of you guys to review that.
No, I don't think I've seen it yet. No. That's the list.
It's about a jazz drummer, just trying to make it as a jazz drummer, and he's like a student in America, and he's got this teacher who's like insane, and just tries to get him to play stuff like really fast, and he can't handle it, and he loses it, and he just like punches through his drum, and he's in car accidents. It's just really high emotional shit, and I used to do this joke about it because as soon as the movie came out, I studied jazz at uni, and all my friends were just like, fuck this movie. Like, this never happened to me. Like, I didn't have a teacher who tried to psychologically damage my shit. This didn't include any of my personal anecdotes as a child. And then I'm like, all right, okay. Like, I get it. You're upset, but you can't watch it like it's a jazz. You have to watch it like it's a movie, because there's no police officers sitting at home just watching Face Off going, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
No one's tried to cut my face off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Having said that, fucking, what is it, Fast and Furious? I learned the very hard way that saying Fast and Furious is your favorite comedy series around apprentice mechanics at TAFE is nearly the quickest way to get your ass kicked.
Is it?
Yep.
You mean action series, right? Not comedy series.
No. It's fucking hilarious. If you're a mechanic, Fast and Furious is hilarious.
Oh, now I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because they all love it and they all think it's the deal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was dangerous. But that's a good segue into comedy. Simon, how did you get started?
How did you start?
And when?
Yes.
Fuck. All right. So there's like an easy answer, and then there's a more correct answer. I think it was when I was 8, because I used to be on the playground, and all the kids in the year below me used to call me Funny Man, and I didn't like. I thought I was just doing my thing. I wasn't like doing jokes and trying to make people laugh, but they were just like, "Nah, you're funny." And we used to have in grade 3 joke of the week, so everyone used to get up. And I didn't realize we were doing stand up. Like, we all got up and we got a minute to do a joke. And I didn't think of it at the time, but people were always buzzing. They were always like, "What's Simon doing this week? What's he gonna?" That little 8-year-old, because I was in like a 3-4 composite, so I was with grade 4s as well, and I was in grade 3, and I was younger than everybody. I was only 8, and everyone was excited for my shit, and I used to win a lot. And they get you to write up your joke and draw like a cartoon for it.
That's cool.
It was cool. It was cool. My teacher to do that.
Yeah. Did they ever have to like proofread your joke before you went up?
Oh, great question. That should have definitely been in there because some people's parents just teach their kids whatever.
Could you imagine this teacher? He was probably doing open mic, so he was just getting jokes from all these kids. Writing shit down. Yeah, by the way, in the playground, no, in the real life.
If I throw a fuck in there, no one will think an 8-year-old wrote this. Yeah.
I mean, she was like a 60-year-old woman. I think she just had a good idea for creativity. But yeah, I mean, the real answer is I did my first gig when I was like 23. I just finished my music degree, and I'd planned to do comedy for ages. I just needed to get the guts. And then I booked myself a cruise ship contract. So I was about to leave the country to play around Spain.
Shit.
And I was like, I don't want to leave without doing one. Like, I might be on this cruise for months. So got one booked at Dirty Secrets when Trav Nash ran it, which was so good because he just put me on, and I was nobody. He didn't know me, and I was probably real shit. So got to get up. Some of my friends came. There were a few people there. I ended up doing 12 minutes because I had no idea about time or what 5 minutes was. But people laughed. They knew it was my first time, so I think they were being polite. But yeah, and then when I got off, my brother was there, and I was talking to him, and I could see, like, as I was buzzing, I could see him looking at me, and I could see what was happening to me through him, because he was just like, "Wow, you're flying right now, like you're out of control, like you're on cocaine or something." So I could tell just by the look on his face that was happening to me. And I was like, this is the deal, man. We got to do some more gigs. Like, I got to finish this cruise contract and then get back here.
That's awesome. Has any of that material from your first 12 stuck with you?
I've never done that material again, but it was like it was classic first time material. Like, the first joke was all about it was all sexual based stuff, which is just, first time it gets up, and 9 times out of 10 that's what they're doing. And once you've been doing comedy for a while, you're just like, here we go, first time doing their sexual stuff. The only thing they can relate to is funny or whatever so far. And then I did a second one, and it was about gay marriage and people being repressed through people trying to repress gay people, and likeness to them, like what it would feel like for us being in prison. And I had all these comparisons. Yeah. And I think that's still good. Like, I just haven't done it for a long time, like 7 years, but there were some good comparisons in there to make it like people were always trying to, suppress gay people and say what they can and can't do and stuff like that. And I made the same comparison that it would feel like that's what I would feel like if I was in prison. And then, I had all these jokes. I can't remember what they were off the top of my head, but yeah, but people laughed.
Oh, that's good. That's amazing. It's okay. This isn't a Zoom gig. We're not
no.
We're not doing that.
I was just going to outline one of them as an example, but I can't remember any of them.
No, that's fair. So how would you say your writing process or gathering of inspiration has changed from?
Wait a minute. Stop. Let's go back to you went on the cruise. I want to know about the cruise thing. So you did the cruise.
Yeah, you probably got laid. Relax, Benny.
No. I don't know if you got laid. You can do whatever you want. I mean, whatever. But how did you get into that? And then how did you get back to the comedy, if you know what I mean? Like, say you did the cruise and you went, you did the first set, you jumped on the cruise. Did you get any feel there, or did you sort of take anything from that back to comedy, or?
No, not really. Like, I've never, that was kind of business to me.
Okay.
So every day it was super chill as a musician on the cruise. Like, we just had to be there at night for the gig.
Yep.
And during the day we could just get off like the people who paid to do the cruise and just travel around the towns we stopped at. They would just give us the music on the day and just be like, see you tonight. And we just had to be able to read it.
Yep.
Sometimes we'd do a rehearsal in the day, but not really. So yeah, there was a bit of pressure. You know, you need to be able to sight read pretty strong.
Oh, fuck that.
And sometimes you're on the stage and they're like, here's the music. And you're just like, okay. So we do that, but that was pretty chill. So basically just traveling and playing. And there were comedians on. Like sometimes there were comedians who had music, like they would do comic songs and we would come on for the music part. So we'd just be in the wings waiting. And then we'd hear the bit that cued us to come on. They're about to do the song because they'd have live band. We'd play with them. So I had some conversations with some of those comedians and I was like, I'm trying to get in. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I've done one gig. Yeah, fuck yeah. And they're like, yeah, how'd it go? And I'm like, yeah, I did my stupid sexual jokes and I got a couple of laughs, whatever. And then people are like, yeah, man, like you got to get into it. And I remember one of them was trying to like alpha dog me in we were doing like a trivia thing because we were all bored. We were doing like the trivia and I was writing down the answers and he said an answer to me and I was like, nah, fuck that. That's wrong. So I wrote down my own answer and he's like, when it came around, he's like, yeah, we got that right. And I was like, no, I didn't write down your shit. I wrote down my shit. So we got that wrong. And he's like, fuck you, man. Like you got to write down my shit. And he just sort of like laid into me a bit. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm not fucking writing down these answers anymore. How about you fucking write down? You made me the pen guy. And now on you. And I was like, and you fetch the pencil. And I just threw the pencil away and scrunched up the paper and threw it at him. And the drummer in the band was originally part of the Hell's Angels. And he had the melting 8-ball tattoo on his forearm and everything. And he was just losing his shit, like laughing about how much because I was really passive so far on that cruise. I just kept to myself. I didn't really do much. They didn't know that I had a bit of fire and I could do some burns on people. And I was just real quiet, like for weeks. And then I just crushed this guy and he just lost his mind. So that was a bit of fun. And after that, he was like, he took me more seriously as a human and spoke to me a bit more about comedy and was like, yeah, man, you just gotta get up. So once I came back, I just booked some gigs and I was slow because I was a bit nervous. So I did like 8 gigs in my first year.
That's understandable.
But they went well, like, yeah.
And then how'd you get, like Geordie asked the question, but how'd you get into the process of writing in the sense of, how did you pick it up? I mean, did you just go talk to somebody and somebody said, oh, maybe you got to do this, this and this? Or was it just literally you write shit, you work it out, you do your shit, if you know what I mean? So
yeah, good question. I didn't talk to anybody really. I sort of never have. I've had a couple writing sessions with people lately, but we sort of just talk about our own stuff and see what we come up with on our own. So I guess my answer is I watch a lot of comedy, like a lot. When I started, I would just all day YouTube clip, watch, and then next, and then next, and then like all day. Yeah. And like you got mirror neurons. Like anytime I'm watching something new, my mirror neurons fire up and I go, oh, I sort of get this. It's like, I sort of get what's happening. And then if I found a comedian I liked, I would watch everything that comedian, like I would just go everything from Sebastian Maniscalco, who's my favorite comic. Yeah. And then, yeah, I would think about subjects that I wanted to do comedy on. And I would be like, how would Sebastian do this bit? And then I would like act in my own room. I do a lot of that, like pretending I'm on stage just in my room to no one. And I would do his voice and I would do his like mannerisms and pretend it was him writing the bit. And then I would do it as someone else. How would Bill Burr do this bit? What would he say about this subject?
Yeah.
And then after that, I would kind of be like, all right, well now I don't have to like be hypercritical of what I would say because I've sort of, what would the pros do? And then I just write it for myself.
Do you also watch that, like as in when you sort of obviously like Sebastian's stuff, do you sort of try sometimes to sort of go, fuck, I better not go down that path? You know, when you sort of watch somebody too much, you try to avoid watching them because you don't want to be, you want to find yourself, obviously, like everybody, you know, you want to find your character. So do you avoid that line, if you know what I mean? Sort of, instead of going down that, I like Sebastian, you don't want to come out to be that, I'm looking like Sebastian Maniscalco, you know, so.
Yeah, totally. And there's heaps of like Melbourne comics who you can see when they're new,
Yeah.
they'll do the actual voice of a famous
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like I remember like when Hugh Robertson started, I'm like, you are Bill Burr. Like your voice is Bill Burr's voice. And Hugh Robertson's freaking hell. I was laughing at Hugh Robertson earlier today. One of his jokes I heard months ago, just laughing at it. He's like, do you think he's dropped the Bill Burr voice since? But he used to do this joke, and it was like, do you think it matters what testicle you come out of, the left one or the right one, and your left brain or right brain dominant? And I just lost my shit. Like,
I remember that one. Yeah.
oh man. So like I know what you mean. I know I do try to avoid that because I want to be me. And that's why I try to do it with multiple people, and then I can throw it all away. It's like when you're practicing jazz, if you want to get good as a soloist, you have to imitate other players. You have to transcribe their solos, play their inflection, play their notes, play their timing, copy it exactly, and then do it with heaps of different players. So you get the style and tradition. And then when you get on the gig, you forget all that and you just do what you want.
Okay. Jazz is way above my head as a musician, so I've got. Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I couldn't do it. like at all.
I mean, it's like English. You learn all the words. You learn every single word that you can learn. And then, other people show you how to speak it. Other people tell you the words and you copy your parents. But then when it's time for you to talk, when you're an adult, say whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've gotten to a part where my brain can only take so much info in. But
really?
Yeah. Oh, in terms of words, yeah. Like you'll hear something, like you'll hear like a good word or something, someone will say it, and then like a couple of weeks later you've forgotten it already.
Oh well, man, I hear like phrases or just the way people are thinking. So my mom was watching this art thing, and this real smart dude, he just said this thing that stuck with me. He was talking about how much he practices his art, his painting, and he goes, it's just this one phrase. He goes, he says how much he practices, and then he goes, and I'm not saying that to impress you. I'm saying that to impress upon you. And then continues his thought, and I'm just like, fuck you, man. That's the greatest wordplay I've ever heard in my life. That impresses me. That's what impresses me. And you have impressed that upon me, because I remember that 3 years later when I tell him on Ballsack Comedy.
We're going to have to title this one the Ballsack Edition or something.
Yeah, man. So I love learning new shit or being influenced by just anything. Like I feel the opposite. Like my brain's always ready to take in new stuff. I'm sort of always scanning for it. Where's new stuff? And
So do you do a lot of wordplay? As in, do you comedy sort of use?
I wouldn't say a lot. It's in there for sure, yeah. But it's mostly about creating a vibe or just thoughts that are hopefully really obvious, but you couldn't come up with. Like, but when I say it, you're like, yeah, no shit. But I think that's all good comedians. So I'm just trying to, like, I have one joke that Geordie's seen it recently where at the end, like I'm scared. It's a horror movie joke. So when I'm brushing my teeth in the mirror, I'm scared to look down because I know when I look up, there's going to be someone behind me in the mirror. So what I do is when I look down, I punch behind myself before I look up again. And if there's no one there, who cares? I'm embarrassed in front of no one. There's no one there.
Yeah.
And if there is someone there, I just nailed them right in the face. So I'm not scared either way, and I don't have to feel like an idiot.
I remember the last gig you did at Death or Glory, introduced yourself as a much more successful and better looking version of Gavin Semple.
Yeah, I think I said something like, I look like Gavin Semple on a job interview or something. And
different upbringing or something like that. I can't remember. Something like that.
I was doing this joke about a lesbian porn star who was hitting on my girlfriend at a party.
Yeah. And
she was hitting on her. This is all true. And she was hitting on her, but then here's the part that's not true. She's like, oh, are you two together? Are you with that guy? Are you with that guy looking uncomfortable in that anal conversation with Nenki? Are you with that? And I do 3. Are you with that guy who's, what is he, anemic? Are you with that anemic guy? And then, are you with that guy who looks like what, Gavin Semple if he grew up rich? Just a bit healthier. Just a bit healthier version. Yeah, dental is that? So I remember like there was one time at DOG where I just like Gavin Sample's the best sport ever.
Yeah.
So I knew I wasn't. Oh, I hope that I wasn't hurting his feelings. And he came up after me and just said how funny it was. But there was one time where I was just shredding him, real bad. But relating it all back to me. So hopefully it didn't just feel like I was just attacking him. And I did go on straight after him. So I wanted to make those. I wanted to go on right after him so people could see the difference. Yeah.
We encourage that kind of behavior at Death or Glory. It makes it not more interesting, I think.
Yeah, I ripped him, and then I said, "I'm really happy, everybody, because Geordie came up to me before, and I wasn't supposed to be on next, but he goes, 'Do you want to go on after Gavin?' And I was like, 'Fuck yeah, I've got a bit brewing.'"
Oh, very good. So we like to ask this question of Axe. What would be your worst gig? Worst bomb, worst gig in general, and how'd you bounce back from it?
All right, so one that actually happened.
Yeah.
Like, what would be my worst gig?
And don't mention St. Charlie's or the fuck that place is called, because that was a bad gig for everyone.
Oh no! I love that. Like I did the feature spot there, and I was just ripping that guy with the cowboy hat for ages. But he and I ended up speaking for like 30 minutes after the gig. He was real nice. But I got so many like rips on him.
Yeah.
He looked like not Noel Fielding if he took more drugs. And I should have said that because that's funny. Worst gig. I think a bomb. Like I've bombed before where people just aren't laughing, but I'm super comfortable, and I don't think those are bad. Like I don't walk away being like fuck my life. I walk away being like whatever. Like I made 3 people laugh during a bomb. I think that's pretty good. So I reckon the worst ones have got to be just when you're uncomfortable, like you forget what you're doing, like you mess up your line, you're just like, fuck, where am I in this joke? Or, that's where I am when I'm uncomfortable. I'm getting better with that, just being able to flow through it or make fun of myself for forgetting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely it in general. This is like, okay, I got it. I was doing a gig at Shisha. Did you guys ever do Shisha?
No, the only place I know that does Shisha is Gorilla.
Yeah, it was called Shisha Comedy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Shisha Bar Comedy. It was in like that place, that town that's not that good. I can't remember the name. But it's pretty poor.
Which one?
Yeah, I mean we're all poor. Who knows? I live in Brighton, but I like to call myself.
That's one extreme to the other. I love that.
Yeah. I like to call myself the poorest man in Brighton. Like I don't own anything in Brighton. I'm struggling to pay rent in Brighton.
He's new poor. Yeah.
It's just because it's new. That's the only reason. It's just because it's near my work. So yeah, I was there and I was just getting heckled the whole time. But I was comfortable in it, and that's why I don't think it was that bad of a bomb. But yeah, I was just getting wrecked. But when I got off stage, I felt great. And Doug Chappell actually came up to me afterwards and was like, "Man, like that was brutal, but you're the kind of comedian. If you can do that, like if you can do what you did and get through that brutalness and still get a few laughs, you're the kind of guy who's going to be around in 10 years still, like doing it." And it was just really cool that I didn't really know him, and I still don't really know him. I've only met him once, but it was just cool that he said that, because a lot of people could go through a gig like that and just be like, "Fuck this, man! Like, I'm not here for that shit. I'm just trying to make people laugh." And I'm not one of those people. But if you were, it would be really cool for him to come up and say, "I think you did great."
Oh, Chappell's an absolute gentleman.
Yeah, man. And he was just
Yeah.
super nice to me. We chatted for like 15 minutes after the gig, and it was good shit.
So you're a confident bloke by the sounds of things. I mean, you just don't give a fuck, you know, which is great. I love that.
Well, it's debatable. It's very debatable because, like, yeah, I'm very open and accepting of the situation.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, just like any comedian, like if I'm doing new before I get on stage, the whole time my brain's going, go home. This ain't funny. Like, what are you doing? They're going to call your name and just don't go up there. Just, like, what's going to happen? Like, they'll just, oh, he's not here. Next comedian. I've never done that. I've never just gone home. But my brain, like the part that wants to protect me, the fight or flight, is going, you've stuck around to fight before, but maybe flight this time because you're gonna bomb it up. But it's always fine. But
so what gets you over the line? I mean, is it just that you just go, fuck it, me now, bang? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's two things, and one is in my life, I'm fine with being afraid, but I never want to be so afraid that it stops me from what I want to do.
Yeah.
And the second thing that takes me up onto the stage is my legs. So they just start going one after the other, and then I'm on stage. And then when I start talking, everything's fine.
that's awesome.
That's the answer. There's no joke there.
You could argue there's some comics that should listen to their brain and just go home, but
well, I mean, yeah, but also if they want to do it, like it doesn't matter. Like I had this, I've been reading a lot lately about, it's called outcome independence, and it means you shouldn't be relying on the outcome. You should be outcome independent. No matter what happens, you got up, you're successful. You shouldn't think nobody laughed, I failed, or everybody laughed, I'm successful. Because sometimes people get up, everybody laughs, and that comic sucks.
Yeah.
So it should be independent. I get on stage, I did what I wanted to do, I am successful in this moment. It doesn't matter what happens.
Yeah, but that's why Doug tipped his hat to you, because he saw that in you. You know what I mean? And not a lot of comics have got that. They've got either they've killed, or I'm devastated, I want to go fucking jump off the West Gate, which is retarded, because it's just like, I reckon the more times you bomb, you're building character. So you're building yourself, and it's not about, you know, you build your armor. It's like fucking, all right, you've taken a hit. It's like boxing. If you keep getting hit, you know, you learn one day to go, oh, wait a minute, you missed me, cunt. You know what I mean? So you learn to actually start to move with the rhythm of it all. So
yeah, but that too, and they've put those fences on the West Gate now, so it's harder to jump off.
Yeah. So just don't do the gig.
Yeah, pretty much. Find a smaller bridge. I don't know.
That's such a good point. Like when you get into the boxing ring, you're going to get hit. Like nobody ever had a fight where they didn't get hit one time. So when you get on, you have to expect, I'm going to bomb. Is it now? Who cares? Like in the long run, it could be now, and that doesn't matter.
But you can't carry it. You know, I'll speak for myself. I carried that at the start, like the fear from driving to the gig.
Yeah.
And it just stays with me at the gig.
Yep.
But when I've actually gone in there and just switched off and gone, fuck everybody, I'm just going to do my shit. Bomb, don't bomb, whatever. I don't have that fear built in already going, fuck, I've fucked this up, you know, whereas, you know, and that's the whole thing. And that's why I say, like, you know, when you sort of learn to move with that rhythm, and it takes a while, it takes everybody a while for that, you know, just to get that rhythm down. And it is a rhythm, even the words, it's all rhythm, it's all movement. So, you know, we all look at it and it's like everybody's got their own, they're beating to their own drum, as they say, you know. So, geez, I'm getting fucking philosophical here. These words are big for me. I better write this shit down, I'll forget it, I'm getting old.
Yeah, that's good. Like all that is absolutely true. Like, so you said to me, you know, you're a confident guy, you don't give a shit. I am and I'm not. Like, when I'm on stage, I guess it just sort of takes over. My brain sort of takes over. I know my jokes, and for the most part, I know they're funny to me, you know, so somebody else might think I'm absolute dog shit, but You just got to know that those aren't your people, and that's fine too.
Well, if they weren't funny to you when you were thinking of them, why the fuck would you say it?
Yeah, totally.
It has to be funny to you before you say it.
Well, I mean, I do a lot of jokes that I laugh, and I'm like, that's funny, and I'm like, but I'm not doing it on stage. Like, I don't think I want more. You know what I mean? I want it to be better. So that's the part where I question myself. I always want my jokes to be real good, and that's why you don't see me risking it with new material heaps. And I want to change that. I definitely want to change that.
Well, I think everyone's going to be starting from scratch when things come back.
That's why I'm pumped. Everyone's going to suck, so it's fine for me to suck.
I was just building my confidence, and you just crushed me again. You're driving fucking motherfucker, Simon, you cunt, Jesus. Oh.
Why they put these fucking guards up? I want to jump. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, people who really want to jump,
I'll find a way.
Yeah, like you'll be climbing, and like, you know, a lot of people want to jump because they're not happy with like whatever, they're depressed and they don't have much energy, or they're out of shape and they're not happy with themselves, and they'll be climbing and then they won't make it. And then they'll be climbing and they'll try again another day, and they'll get a little bit closer, and they'll be like, oh, I'm so close. And then one day they'll get up to the top and they'll be like, yes, oh, I made it. I did it. I don't even want to jump anymore. Ah! Wind just pushes them off and they're like, no.
Yeah. Oh, no, you'd have to take a fucking massive step ladder or something to get over the Westgate, I think.
Man, you could just take some. I mean, I don't want to give anybody any ideas. But
oh, look, no, you're not giving anyone ideas. If they've thought about it, they've thought about it previously before.
And they're probably not going, you know what, I'm really thinking about committing suicide. Better check out Ballsout Comedy for some ideas.
Yeah.
Like, you could
we
just
don't condone any killing of yourself, and you know, if you got
to wire cutters and clip them. You know, you just clip your way.
Stop it.
The whole bridge. Not the whole bridge. Just go to the bit of the bridge where there's no thing.
Yeah, just cut yourself a hole.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I have to cut out a whole 5-minute segment here. Now. I don't edit. I don't do that shit. It's just straight on. Now I've got to cut out a whole segment and go, if you got any fucking problems, ring this number.
Yeah, there's Lifeline somewhere.
Well, did you guys see on the news the other day the guys that were trying to kill themselves in Brighton? It was actually Brighton, but anyway, one jumped off the pier, and I didn't even know Brighton had a pier. But anyway,
yep, we got a beach. Yep,
of course, Brighton's got a pier.
I don't know. I don't go out that way. You know. Anyway, they've got a pier, and the kid tied bricks to his feet. Like, I mean, that was weird. Like, why would you do that? But anyway.
You want to make sure he couldn't swim back up?
Yeah, well, yeah, true. But, you know, you would have used, I don't know, something heavier than a couple of bricks, you know, something, I don't know, old school concrete, like the old wogs back in the day.
I guess. He's trying to save some cash. Looks like Geordie's frozen.
Geordie, are you frozen? What's going on, mate? Hello, Geordie. Oh, he's frozen.
Brutal. He'll get exited any second and rejoin. I think I got a message. It's probably from him. Yes.
She sent.
Laptop died. Tell Benny to pause.
Oh, for God's sake, Geordie. Unprepared.
But knowing you, you'd probably edit that out. Dodgy cunt.
So, of course I will. No, we're just talking about what we're talking about.
I can't remember.
Jeez. Westgate Bridge, jumping off the Westgate. That's what we're talking about. You know, Lifeline and all that. And then Geordie paused and went, I'm going to stop and jump off the Westgate.
Dude, that's a long drive from my place, man. You'd be able to think about shit.
No, I was talking about Brighton. I was talking about Brighton.
Oh, yeah, of course. Brighton
jumping off the pier with the bricks on your feet.
Yeah, the guy tied bricks to his feet, jumped off the pier, and I was trying to work out, like, they caught him in time. So, you know, you wouldn't use, like, house bricks. I mean, shit. I mean, you know, you sort of sit there going, even 2 house bricks on each foot is still, I don't know, whatever is a brick. I don't know how many grams would a brick be. It wouldn't even be a kilo in a brick.
It'd be a kilo, wouldn't it?
Nah, it'd be probably about 500 grams, if that, on each foot. That's a kilo. The body weighs he's probably say 70 kilo, maybe. That's just, let's say he's 40 kilo. It'd be straight up to the fucking top. And then there was another guy that actually drove into the Brighton beach and wanted to kill himself. And
Wow.
And it was a little, and I actually went, I could see that. It was a little shitty laser done up like a fucking boy racer car. And I went, yeah, I can see himself.
Pack it up. Yeah, I'd pack it up.
Yeah. I'd be going, turbo's kicked out. He's just like, yeah, no, I'm done.
Yeah. No, mum wouldn't pay for his go faster stickers.
I've tried to compensate. It didn't work.
Yeah.
But like that's what Damien Power says. It's lonely at the top. Brighton's so rich, they all want to back it up in Brighton. Lonely at the top.
Oh, God.
Fucking hell. Do you have any socials you can palm off to people if people want to know where you're performing when shit comes back?
Yeah. I am Simon Carter Comedy on Facebook. So I post about gigs, and sometimes I post gig recording footage or whatever. And then I just started Instagram, so we're super new, but I'm going to be posting some funny shit or some beats or whatever. That is Mr. Mr. Dot Simon Carter.
Wicked. And you're on my short list for first people to get back at Dog when that reopens. So
yeah, fuck yeah, I can't wait. Dog's great.
So check out Death or Glory Comedy as well, everyone. And you'll see.
And we'll have out at the barbecue too. Jordy does.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Definitely at the barbecue. Hopefully we got some new announcements tomorrow. And
no, we don't.
No?
Oh.
Yeah, I had to listen today, and he's just like, we've got all these new cases, so we're just going to wait.
Oh.
Mm.
Well, way to end on a low note, but...
I know, sad. But he said we're going to let you know on Tuesday, so I'm waiting for Tuesday.
Yeah. Thank you for doing this, Simon. It was much appreciated.
Hey, thanks for having me, boys. Check out some fucking Grease too, Geordie. Enjoy your weekend.
This might be the difference between you coming to a gig or not.
No, it's going to be the difference between you booking me every single week, baby.
And we start seeing Geordie in a leather jacket and that fucking hair slicked back and oh God.
Yeah.
With his fucking
walking through fucking Death or Glory, fucking doing the shuffle.
Yeah. With his fucking Transformers sticker on his car, like all those people have.
Not gonna happen.
He's so mad. He's hating life so deep right now. He's just
absolutely not gonna. Wait, hang on. Is John Travolta in the second one?
Nah.
Oh, thank fuck. All right, cool. All right, I'll watch it. Done.
Yeah, Johnny takes his spot. Johnny's the deal, man. Real deal.
Fucking hell. Well, thank you very much for coming on, Simon. Everyone, give him
thanks for having me.
Thank you for being part of the movie review.
Anytime.